Today is the 30th of April in Marshall, Abaco, Bahamas, 2019. And continue with the story on the years of abuse by Carnival Cruise Line dumping sewage in only one country, the Bahamas Island. Little advice to Renville Wells. But you see, I don't know if he's going to take advice, because there's an example of Renville Wells right here in Marsh Harbor every day, 7 days a week, with the Baker's Day ordeal. How is it that for 10 years, Baker's Bay been illegally taking people from Marsh Harbor Airport, drop them by the dock, charging them illegally to take them by car and boats? The F&M government came into power. The good citizens of Abaco showed Renville Wells, the F&M government, and the Bahamas what Baker's Bay has been doing illegally for over 15 years. Last week, my video must have hit a nerve in some law enforcement that for the first time in over 10 years, Baker's Bay put a decal on their vehicle. First time. But they're still taking people illegally because the decal just says that you're a regular bus on the road. It doesn't give you any permission to carry passengers and charge them $100 per car, when the taxis that are legitimately licensed and insured only can get $20 for that same run that Baker's Bay is charging $100. And when we showed Renville Wells, brand new minister, what was going on, his response to us, well, we will let Baker's Bay continue to break the law and get proceeds from the criminal act that they're committing, because they have no license to operate a ferry service. Government doesn't give that to entities like Baker's Bay. Baker's Bay only came here to sell land and develop land, but they saw that they could use our government, put $1 in the front pocket and $1.50 in the back pocket, and that's all the Bahamian government's worth, PLP and F&M. And they are carrying the money out the Bahamas tax-free for years, awaiting taxes in the Bahamas and America. What ought to happen, Rendell, Minister of Transport, Renville Wells, that you should take Carnival Cruise Line to the same court that the Americans won in, get our monies for the damage that they've done, and bomb out this country for 5 years. Not only bomb out this country, we have that group, you all sit down there, all the Caribbean leaders get together and get Darren Henfield to get involved. He is representing our international partners throughout the world. Get together with the rest of the Caribbean and put a rating on Carnival by banning Carnival out of the Caribbean for 5 years. That would send a rippling message through all the cruise ship that comes and frequent the whole Caribbean. But if you allow this fiasco to happen, that's been happening over the years, and you are still doing your investigation, after the investigation are being completed, then they will continue. Again, take them to the same courts, sue them, get our monies, and buy them out of this country. And if our international partners are agreeing, also our Caribbean partners, bar them out of the Caribbean for 5 years. Then you will gain some respect throughout the cruise ship industry and throughout the Caribbean and the world. You have a beautiful egg on your desk, Mr. Venville Wells. But are you man enough to man up and do so? Are you still trying to conduct an investigation on something you know nothing about? The paperwork is there. Follow the paperwork. And because of Renville Wells, Bakers Bay continues to launder dirty money through our banks. Every time they bring somebody on that car illegally, every time they carry somebody on that boat illegally, and they spend monies and they buy property, that is illegal money, and no illegal money supposed to be put into our banking system. That is called money laundering. I don't know if the government of the Bahamas recognize why we're being blacklisted, because the US government and other governments see how easy it is to launder money, and Bakers Bay has been doing it for 15 years. I'm going to tell you so much more. That is why they try to kill me, bind me up, because I was in there. That is how I know so much. Every dollar that created from crime ought not, shall not go into our banking system, because some good people that got their money legitimately, and they don't want their money mixed up in the ill-gotten illegal money. Every dollar that is paid to Bakers Bay drivers, every dollar that is paid to the boat drivers, it's ill-gotten illegal money, and it ought not go in our bank system. That is a crime. I want those persons that in the money laundering, basically Corinne McCartney, my good friend there. There's something in this country that y'all don't look at, but it's been in law, it's been inactive a long time. It's called Procedure of Crime Act. That means anything that you got illegally, like the not licensing of your vehicle, like the not licensing of your boat, and you're getting money, proceeds from crime, that is a crime in this country. And Bakers Bay is right at the head of all this proceeds that is being gotten from crime, and they've been doing it for years. And it's right in your face, Renville Wells, right smack in your face, and you're doing nothing about stopping it. The good citizen of Marshall Abaco brought Bakers Bay to the meeting. Your guys in the port department say, no, there is a procedure that they have to go through, and they have not gone through any procedures yet. They're still processing from the act of crime. When, Grenville Wells, are you gonna minister up and do what the people of this Bahamas mandate you to do? To minister, to stop the proceeds of crime through our ports. You're live on WCAY. I hope somebody is getting the message. I hope the bank regulators all over the world is watching. The Bahamas is letting money that ill-gotten from crimes right in our doorways. No license to operate. Jeff Jones have never had a license to operate. Too long these foreign investors has been getting away with crime in this country just because they give people a little bit of job, and they take all the monies out of this country through the procedures of crime. Kai Case on WCAY.